Remember when GM meant American reliability? Trucks you could trust for hundreds of thousands of miles. American steel, family tradition, unbreakable trust. But that GM is gone. Today, 721,000 GM trucks are being recalled for engines that seize without warning. And I'm exposing 5 deadly truck models that could kill you and your family. GM knew these were ticking time bombs, but sold them anyway. Make sure you watch till the end where I reveal the exact warning signs to watch for and the 5 critical steps to protect yourself and your family right now. Truck number 1. The Silverado Death Trap, America's most dangerous truck. Kicking off our danger list is the Chevrolet Silverado 1500, model years 2021 to 2024. Around 361,936 trucks worldwide are affected by a defect so severe that the engine can lock up instantly. No warning lights, no gradual loss of power while you're driving down the highway. Imagine this nightmare. You're on I-95, family in the back, heading to a long-planned vacation. Traffic is heavy, semis around you, and suddenly your 6.2-liter V8 L87 engine seizes completely. Your power steering vanishes, your brakes barely work, and now you're controlling a 5,000-pound truck with only seconds to react, surrounded by tractor-trailers barreling at highway speeds. The NHTSA received 39 formal complaints before starting their investigation, but insiders say this is just the tip of the iceberg. GM has already linked 12 crashes and 12 injuries in the U.S. to this issue, and the numbers are rising as more cases come to light. Here's the shocking part. These aren't random failures. The engines were manufactured with critical defects at 3 plants: Tonawanda, New York, Spring Hill, Tennessee, and St. Catharines, Ontario, between 2021 and 2024. Tiny flaws in the engine surfaces destroy the oil film that protects bearings, causing metal-on-metal contact. When that happens, friction builds heat so fast it can literally weld the connecting rods to the crankshaft, causing an instant engine seizure. Mechanics inspecting failed engines report crankshaft journals scored like sandpaper, rods welded solid, and oil systems contaminated with metallic debris, essentially liquid sandpaper circulating through the engine, destroying everything. And it gets worse. Some engines failed completely with less than 30,000 miles in practically brand new trucks. These weren't abused or modified vehicles. These were families' new trucks they had just started paying for, now turned into life-threatening hazards. Truck number 2. The GMC Sierra 1500. Premium prices for the same deadly defects. The GMC Sierra 1500 from 2021 to 2024 suffers from the same lethal defects as its Chevrolet counterpart. But what makes this betrayal even worse is this. GMC deliberately positioned the Sierra as the premium option in GM's half-ton truck lineup, charging thousands more while hiding the exact same deadly manufacturing flaws behind fancy grills and upscale badging. Loyal GMC buyers paid extra for the Sierra name, expecting top-tier quality, precision engineering, and rock-solid reliability that justified the higher price. Instead, they discovered they had purchased the same flawed engine, dressed up in different sheet metal, and sold with empty promises of superior dependability. GMC targeted professionals, tradespeople, and commercial operators who rely on absolute reliability to protect their income and family security. Builders chose Sierra trucks thinking they were making smart investments in dependable vehicles for hauling equipment and materials. Landscaping companies purchased full fleets expecting years of hassle-free operation. Small business owners stretched their budgets to buy GMC instead of cheaper trucks, trusting the brand's claim of professional-grade dependability. Every one of them was betrayed by a company prioritizing profit over the people who trusted them the most. Truck number 3. Chevrolet Silverado HD 2500. Heavy-duty horror. The third truck on our danger list may be the worst betrayal yet. The Chevrolet Silverado HD 2500, model years 2021 to 2024. These heavy-duty trucks are marketed to buyers who need maximum reliability for America's toughest and most hazardous jobs. Yet, they contain the same deadly engine defects that plague GM's half-ton models. Think about it. Farmers hauling livestock trailers across state lines. Construction crews towing excavators or bulldozers to remote job sites. Families pulling massive RVs up steep mountain passes. All depending on these trucks to perform flawlessly. But when these engines fail under extreme loads, the consequences are catastrophic. Imagine a Silverado HD's engine seizing while towing a 40-foot trailer loaded with a family's belongings up a 6% incline. The truck instantly loses power steering and brake assistance, and momentum pushes thousands of pounds downhill uncontrollably. Emergency responders in mountain states report multiple accidents caused by sudden engine failures in heavy-duty GM trucks under these conditions. The scenario is horrifyingly predictable. Engine locks, steering fails, brakes barely work under a heavy load, and families find themselves in runaway truck situations on dangerous mountain roads with no safe way to stop. The irony is staggering. GM charges premium prices for these heavy-duty models precisely because customers demand uncompromising performance in extreme conditions. The promise is that these trucks can handle anything, but instead GM delivered vehicles with manufacturing defects that make them far more dangerous than any ordinary passenger cars when lives are on the line. Truck number 4. GMC Sierra HD 2500 and 3500. The fourth truck tarnishing GM's reputation is the GMC Sierra HD 2500 and 3500, model years 2021 to 2024. Like their Chevrolet counterparts, these trucks were meant to showcase the pinnacle of American heavy-duty performance and engineering. Instead, they're rolling hazards, capable of leaving customers stranded in remote areas with no cell service while hauling critical loads worth tens of thousands of dollars. The Sierra HD carries an even higher price tag than the Silverado HD, marketed to professionals and serious users who demand top-of-the-line equipment. Ranchers transporting valuable cattle between seasonal pastures rely on these trucks in situations where engine failure could cause livestock deaths and massive financial losses. Oilfield crews moving expensive drilling machinery to remote sites depend on trucks that can perform flawlessly in life-or-death scenarios. Emergency responders and utility companies need these heavy-duty vehicles to reach disaster zones and restore vital services when communities depend on them the most. When these engines fail in remote locations, the fallout is far more severe than inconvenience. Livestock can suffer or die from extreme heat if stranded for hours. Crucial equipment deliveries get delayed, halting entire operations and costing companies millions, and emergency services become unavailable when they're needed most. GM executives reportedly ran the numbers and decided that settling lawsuits would be cheaper than investing in proper engineering or quality controls. They made a deliberate business choice to risk the safety and livelihoods of the people who trusted their trucks in the toughest, most critical conditions. Truck number 5. Chevrolet Colorado, the transmission disaster. But wait, GM's betrayal doesn't stop with engine defects. The Chevrolet Colorado from 2021 to 2024 wasn't included in the massive engine recall, but it has its own devastating problems that mechanics across the country are warning customers to avoid at all costs. Colorado owners report catastrophic transmission failures with as little as 8,000 miles on their odometers. That's barely broken in for a modern vehicle. The 8-speed automatic transmission experiences violent rough shifting that jerks passengers around the cabin, hesitation during acceleration that creates dangerous situations in traffic, and disturbing shuddering that rattles the entire truck and indicates internal component failure. When customers bring their failing Colorados to dealerships seeking warranty repairs, Chevrolet service departments have been instructed to claim that the slipping, rough operation, and mechanical violence is normal behavior that won't affect long-term performance or reliability. That's corporate gaslighting at its absolute worst. Customers can literally feel their transmissions destroying themselves with every shift, but GM refuses to authorize repairs under warranty coverage. The Colorado is supposed to be GM's answer to reliable mid-sized trucks like the Toyota Tacoma and Ford Ranger, but instead became another example of rushing defective products to market without proper testing or quality control. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Deadly warning signs every owner must know. If you own one of these trucks, your life could depend on recognizing these warning signs before catastrophic failure occurs. Listen for unusual knocking, banging, or metallic rattling sounds emanating from the engine bay, especially during acceleration or under load. These sounds indicate that bearing surfaces are already beginning to fail. Watch for check engine lights that dealers dismiss as minor computer glitches or normal sensor variations. GM service departments have been instructed to downplay these warnings to avoid triggering warranty repairs, but that light could be your only advance notice before complete engine seizure. Monitor your oil consumption religiously. If you're adding oil between scheduled changes, or if your oil level drops significantly within a few thousand miles, your engine bearings are already being destroyed by the manufacturing defects. Don't let dealers tell you that oil consumption is normal. It's a symptom of impending catastrophic failure. Pay attention to rough idling, especially when the engine is cold. If your truck shakes, vibrates, or runs unevenly at idle, internal components are already damaged and failure could happen at any moment. Don't ignore these symptoms. They're your engine's desperate cry for help. Real-world consequences. When these engines catastrophically fail in remote areas, the fallout goes far beyond mere inconvenience. We're talking about life or death scenarios that GM executives apparently deemed acceptable in the name of profit. Livestock can perish from heat exposure if trapped in trailers for hours while owners wait for repairs or towing that may not be available in rural locations. Critical equipment deliveries get delayed, halting construction projects and costing companies millions in lost productivity and penalties. Emergency services are put at risk when trucks fail during natural disasters or crises. Utility crews can't restore power after storms when their service vehicles are immobilized. Ambulances and fire departments lose vital response capabilities when GM trucks seize at the worst possible moments. Ranchers moving high-value cattle between seasonal pastures rely on these trucks, where engine failure can mean animal deaths and catastrophic financial losses, threatening family operations that have lasted generations. Oilfield crews transporting specialized drilling equipment worth hundreds of thousands to remote sites need trucks they can trust in life or death situations, often hundreds of miles from the nearest help. The corporate cover-up, calculated deception. Here's the part of this story that should make every American furious. Internal documents uncovered during previous class action lawsuits reveal GM's deliberate strategy of prioritizing short-term profits over customer safety and trust. In the Sickos class action case over excessive oil consumption, lawyers uncovered company memos showing GM engineers had warned management years in advance about defective piston ring designs, long before these issues became widely known and affected thousands of customers. Rather than redesigning the flawed components properly, GM executives opted for cheaper quick fixes and production shortcuts, betting that the engines would last just long enough to outlive their basic warranties before catastrophic failures started occurring. When the case went to trial in October of 2022, the jury sided with vehicle owners and awarded damages that could exceed $100 million, establishing a clear record of corporate negligence and deliberate deception, a pattern that continues today with current recalls. GM executives literally ran cost-benefit calculations, deciding that settling lawsuits and recall costs would be cheaper than investing in proper engineering and quality control. They made a conscious choice to risk the lives and livelihoods of people who trusted their trucks in the most critical, high-stakes situations imaginable. They knew how to build reliable engines. Here's what makes GM's betrayal even more shocking. While they were churning out dangerous trucks with known engine defects, their engineering teams were simultaneously building bulletproof engines for Chevrolet Corvettes, capable of handling extreme abuse with zero reliability issues. The LT2 Corvette engine can endure track abuse at 6,000 RPM, repeated red line shifts, and sustained high-performance driving without any of the problems that plague GM's truck engines during ordinary highway driving at 2,000 RPM. All the advanced engineering, metallurgy expertise, precision manufacturing, and quality control needed to make fully reliable V8 engines existed within the same company. Yet GM chose not to invest the same care into their trucks, seeing truck customers as less profitable than sports car buyers. This proves beyond any doubt the failures in GM trucks aren't the result of technical limits or engineering challenges. They are the direct outcome of deliberate cost-cutting decisions, where profit was prioritized over safety and customer trust. Protect yourself and your family now. If you currently own one of these dangerous trucks, you need to take immediate protective action to safeguard your family's safety and your financial investment. Here's exactly what you need to do right now. First, get your truck inspected by qualified independent mechanics immediately, not GM dealers who have financial incentives to downplay problems and avoid warranty repairs. Independent shops will give you honest assessments without corporate pressure to minimize issues. Second, document absolutely everything with photos, videos, and written records. unusual noises, performance problems, oil consumption patterns, rough idling, check engine lights, anything abnormal about your truck's operation. These records will be crucial evidence if you need to pursue legal action or warranty claims. Third, keep every single repair receipt, maintenance record, and service documentation in a safe place. Create digital copies and store them in multiple locations. This paper trail will be essential for proving your case if GM tries to deny warranty coverage or blame you for the failures. Fourth, join owner advocacy groups and online forums to share information and pool resources with other victims facing similar problems. There's strength in numbers when fighting corporate giants with unlimited legal resources. Fifth, consider trading your truck immediately if you're experiencing any warning signs or if you depend on absolute reliability for work or family transportation. Your family safety is worth more than taking a financial loss on a defective vehicle that could kill you. 5 GM pickups, millions of customers betrayed, a century-old legacy destroyed by corporate greed. These trucks can fail suddenly, putting your family at risk or leaving you stranded when you need reliability most. Have you owned one of these trucks? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could warn someone else. And if you found this information valuable, smash that like button and subscribe for more hard-hitting auto content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.